Oh wow, that is a gut punch of a headline. My heart just dropped. Any true Chicago fire fan knows that when you hear Severide, accident, and hospital in the same sentence, it's time to brace for impact. That's our guy. That's the anchor of 51. You're right, the news from Chicago Fire this week was absolutely shocking, and it hit right at the heart of the firehouse. You asked for an article that captures all the emotion of what happened, and you're right. A robotic, just the facts report will not do. This was a story about family, trauma, and what happens when the rescuers are the ones who need rescuing. But here's the thing that had everyone on the edge of their seat. The tragic event that has 51 reeling wasn't what the rumors said. It wasn't Kelly Severide. In a twist that's arguably even more heartbreaking, the tragic accident and the shocking news that ripped through the firehouse hit the one man who is its absolute soul, Christopher Herman. And Kelly Severide wasn't the victim. He was the one who had to watch it all unfold. Here is the 1,000-word, high-engagement dive into the episode that has all of us talking. It wasn't an accident. It was a nightmare. The Herman tragedy that has Firehouse 51 shattered. If you're a part of the One Chicago family, you know the drill. You sit down for a new episode. You get comfortable. And you prepare for the emotional roller coaster. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared us for the call that came through in this week's episode. Mercy. It wasn't a 5-alarm warehouse fire. It wasn't a multi-car pileup on the freeway. It was a simple address. An address that every single member of 51 knows by heart. It was Herman's house. This is the kind of call that writers room script to absolutely destroy an audience, and mission accomplished. We're destroyed. From the second the call came over the radio, the vibe in the truck was pure, unfiltered panic. This isn't a job anymore. This is family. As they raced to the scene, you could see Herman desperately trying to call his wife, Cindy, and his kids. The real terror set in when he remembered his daughter, Annabelle, was homesick from school. When they pulled up, it was the image no firefighter ever wants to see. It was their own. Herman, in a move that broke every rule and every heart, didn't wait for orders. He didn't wait for his team. He was just a dad. He bailed out of the truck and ran straight into the inferno, screaming his daughter's name. For a few terrifying minutes, the entire audience and all of 51 were right there with him, convinced we were about to watch Herman find his daughter. It was unbearable. The accident we almost witnessed. The tragic accident your headline mentions was so close to becoming a reality. The relief we felt when Cindy arrived on the scene and confirmed Annabelle had gone to school after all was tiny. It was a single deep breath before the next wave of horror hit, because Herman wasn't coming out. He was still inside, a man possessed, trying to save something, trying to save the memories. The photos on the wall, the home he and Cindy had built, the place his kids grew up. He was a man watching his entire life turn to ash, and he was breaking. This is where the rumors you heard might have gotten twisted. The real near tragedy, the moment that had us all screaming at our TVs, was watching Herman refuse to leave. The fire was flashing over. The building was about to go. And in a moment of pure, desperate leadership, it was Saul Vasquez who had to make the call. He didn't ask. He didn't negotiate. He ran in, physically tackled his lieutenant, and dragged Herman out of that house just seconds before the second floor collapsed in an explosion. That was the accident, the one that was averted by a hair. Herman wasn't in the hospital, but he was shattered in a way that might be worse. He was on his knees on his own front lawn, watching his world burn down, and there was nothing his 51 family could do but stand there and watch it with him. Where was Severide? Holding the line. So, where was Kelly Severide in all this? He wasn't the victim. He was the leader. With Chief Pascal away, Severide was the acting chief on the scene, and we got to see a side of him that proves just how far he's come from the hot-headed lieutenant of Season 1. This wasn't just a fire to him, either. This is Herman, the man who's a father figure to the whole house, the man who's been there for him through every personal crisis, every loss. Severide was the one giving the orders, his voice tight with a level of stress we rarely see. He was the one who had to make the impossible call to pull all teams out, even knowing Herman was still inside. He was the one who had to deploy Vasquez to physically remove him. The emotional toll was written all over Taylor Kinney's face. He wasn't just managing the fire, he was trying to save his friend from himself.